Hello there. Why, you may notice the distinct absence of a helmet, tight-fitting lycra, and oh yeah, there's no bike here. That is right. Today we're going for a hike. It's quite a warm day. Call it a hot day, but it's still morning, so I'm using that time to cross those wide open areas here, and I'm hoping to be somewhere in the woods by the time the proper heat of the day hits. I'm in the tail end of my season. It is not always equally easy to get on the bike, so doing something completely different and still being active seems like a nice thing to do. By now it's late August, so sunburn is not going to be that much of an issue anymore because the sun doesn't get that high up in the sky anymore. And on top of that, it is a bit of a humid day. Nonetheless, I applied a little bit of sunscreen, and perhaps much more importantly, I brought my sunblock umbrella. It is a hot day, so I brought a lot of water, which is going to be important later on. For now, of course, it's just a lot of weight to carry, but as the hours pass by, I'm going to be grateful I have it. I am wearing reasonably new shoes. They are walked in properly and they have been quite comfortable because on my last long hike I got horrible blisters from terribly worn out shoes I've been wearing for the past year. So those are gone now. I'm trying some new ones. This is a bit of an experimentation hike today, of course, because I just want to figure out how things work when I go for a long distance. And as we all know, there's only one way of doing that, and that is going the distance. There are no shortcuts. Close to 10:30 by now. The sun is still noticeably rising high in the sky, and it is getting warmer. I have a rough idea of what I want to do today. I have a few possible tours in mind, and everything going according to plan. I should pass by just over there in a few hours. Made it into a nice forested area now. A little while ago, came across a pear tree where someone had just set up a sign. Fancy them? Have a pluck. So that's what I did. Took two along to have us, both a source of some liquids and some carbs later on today. Then crossed another wide open area, fields that are just being plowed with the sun burning down on the dark ground. There's just dust devils galore. Really glad to be back in the forest now. I hope to stay there for a good long while. Well, it was a nice forest, this area, until, well, probably a few days ago, because I passed by here on a bike some 2 weeks ago, and this was a forest. It's not anymore, which is a shame, especially on a hot day like today. It's just really sad. Okay, it is 11:30. I've done a bit over 2 hours of hiking now, and I'm taking a first short break. I'm trying to keep my breaks as short as I can because experience says that each time you start after a break, you feel a good bit worse. At least that's what's happening to me. And the longer the break, the worse you feel. Taking a break at a local cave named after Karl May, the guy that wrote the Winnetou novels. I have a little snack now. Then when I get back on the way, I'm also probably going to have one of my pears already. That's a bit of a little lunch. I'm close to 12k in, so early days. It is getting hot though. I'm glad there's still at least a little bit of forest around here. Getting close to noon by now, and I'm hiking over yet another long open bit. So, despite it being late August, it is quite hot. We're beyond the 30 degrees, and it was time to get up the sunblock umbrella, which really is a bit of a game changer in places like this one. I mean, it's not like having a tree or something like that, because the ground below you, and the sun is still shining on that, it's still hot, but you're taking out the direct sun radiation and still getting the wind, which thankfully there's still a little bit of. So this is going to come in very handy until hopefully get into another bit of forest again. I'm just past the another little hill, and I'm now thankfully back in the tree shade. For now, there's barely any clouds in the sky. It's pretty much completely blue, but I also hope that that's going to change a little bit in the afternoon. Close to 20k in now. This sadly is the part where I pass by close to the motorway, so there's always some noise from that. I had to whip out the sunblock umbrella again, because there's a fair bit of, well, just open area. The sun is just burning in, and in the words of James Brown, it's hot. Oh. Bit of good news is that there are actually also clouds forming now. Not in any positional size to really block out the sun around here, but it is a start. I appreciate that. And hopefully a bit more shade in the afternoon. I'm just enjoying a second little break. Had a little snack. Taking my feet out of the shoes for a little while. And I'm sitting on a bunch of trees that bizarrely are year-round, filled with Christmas and Easter decorations. There probably is a story, but I don't know it. 4.5 hours, something like that. Done by now, around 24 kilometers. A few more minutes downtime, and then I crack on. Getting close to 5 hours now, and it is the afternoon. I am not actually that far away from home right now. So at this point, really soon I'm gonna have to decide whether I turn back or whether I still crack on and make it an all-day hike. Our decision has been reached. I haven't yet turned back. I'm gonna crack on a little longer. 30k done by now, and it was going quite well until a few minutes ago. Got a bit of a hotspot coming on, but fortunately this time I didn't come unprepared, and I brought tape and taped it over. Hope that'll nip it in the butt. Just to be sure, I'll tape the same spot on my other foot and discover that I already had actually got a few blisters on my fourth toe of all places. Didn't even feel that, but also taped it over to just keep it from growing. Interesting. It's my first time experimenting with taping my feet. I hope it'll do the trick. Bit over 4k on since I taped my feet, and that hotspot, that pressure point disappeared within like 2 minutes. It was brilliant. Not feeling anything anymore. I'm generally feeling quite good. A little bit, of course, sore in my hips by now and feeling my feet just a bit. I had a forced break to tape my feet, but still gonna take a little snack break the way I planned it in a few minutes when I get to a nice resting spot. I did take a little break, took the shoes off again for a moment there, put the feet up, and I am still feeling better when I'm returning from a break from now. Yeah, that really wasn't the case last time I tried this, but I am noticing now that it's getting close to that point where that won't be the case anymore. So next break is probably going to be maybe getting a bit ugly, but still feeling reasonably good. Feet are holding up well. Still don't feel any blisters coming on thanks to that taping. All in all, I'm really happy with this. I'm a bit downhill here for now. Increasingly rough terrain, but even that doesn't really faze me yet. Everything still holds up well. Hit over 40k done at this point, and it is not easy anymore. I'm not wrecked, I'm not ruined, just a bit sore. It's starting to get a bit tired, so That's no reason to stop. And honestly, 50 kilometers hiking does have a nice ring to it, so I think I might try and go for that. It's not that much longer anyway. And it's less than 10k from here. Anyone can walk 10k, right? Right. So remember that thing when I said if everything goes according to plan, in quite a few hours I'm gonna come back just over there. Well, when I said that, about 8 hours and a bit more than 40 kilometers ago, I came up just over there, 50 meters from here. Well then, had my last little break, ate my last cookies, had most of my remaining water, which would be a problem if I didn't at this point have only about 2 kilometers to go. When I started walking again, I did feel for a moment as if there were some blisters coming on, but once again that feeling disappeared after just a few minutes. I am feeling it by now, but I mean, no blisters, I hope. Only know that once I actually take off my socks when I'm back, but my feet are obviously hurting by now. But maybe some 20-25 more minutes in the pain cave, so to speak, and then I get to enjoy the achievement. And I get to enjoy that a long time after the pain is gone. Well, it is not yet done, but I doubt I get the chance to give you a proper outro when I'm back in civilization, so this is me signing off, and I hope I'll see you on my next fun adventure. Peace out.